Hey Chiefs fans, Harrison Graham here from Chat Sports. 2 straight losses, reasons for concern. If you are a Kansas City Chiefs fan, got to get this thing back on track. We'll look ahead to Thursday night's matchup with the Broncos later on in the show. But let's get into the latest news and rumors items for you guys, starting with Kendall Fuller. Left that game against the Texans. Looks like he has a slight fracture in that right hand, according to Ian Rapoport. Had a thumb wrist fracture on the same hand last year, only missed 1 game. I would not expect him to play on Thursday night against Denver. Short week, obviously. I don't expect him to play in a couple of days. This is what he's done so far this season. 31 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, a couple of pass breakups. Does not have an interception yet this year. Had a couple last year. He's been okay, but certainly if you lose one of your starting cornerbacks, that's going to take a hit. And like I keep saying, the Chiefs are not very good at corner already to begin with. So this is what the starting lineup will be at corner against the Broncos. Bashaud Breeland, Charvarius Ward, and Mo Claiborne. None of those guys are really natural nickel corners, so we'll see how they mix and match in the Chiefs secondary on Thursday night. Again, assuming if Kendall Fuller does not play. So that's not a major loss, but it's certainly a loss when you were already thin at corner. Rashad Fenton, the rookie out of South Carolina, will probably have to play some this week as well. So Kendall Fuller has a slight fracture in his right hand. Not good news coming out of Kansas City. Hopefully he gets back very, very soon. How concerned are you with this cornerback group? Scale 1 to 10. I mean, it was already a 7 or 8 for me. I think they need to upgrade there. I've said it on many videos before. They need to go trade for Jalen Ramsey or a Patrick Peterson. So I'm going to put it at about an 8.5. They got to upgrade at that position with or without Kendall Fuller. So let me know how concerned you are with this cornerback group in the comments down below. Now, today's show is brought to you by BetDSI. Last couple weeks, I've gotten burned by the Chiefs. I can't lie. I thought they'd get back on track against the Texans. Looked good early. Got off to that 17-3 start, then slowed down significantly. Did not hit the over on the Chiefs' points, so I got burned there. I think they'll bounce back, though, in the future. If you want to bet on the NBA, season's just around the corner. You can bet on preseason games, college football, Major League Baseball playoffs. You can do it all at BetDSI. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code NFL120. Get that 120% deposit bonus. There's not a better deal out there than there is at BetDSI. Go to chatsports.com/bet and get signed up today. You want another way to make some money? Like this video and subscribe and stay tuned for a chance to win money. There's going to be an opportunity. You got to watch, the rest of the video. I'm not going to tell you when in the video. You got to stay tuned. Give us a like on this video. Subscribe to Chat Sports, youtube.com/chatsportstv. You'll have an opportunity to win some money as well. So bet DSI and do this as well. 2 opportunities to win money for you guys. That's how we do it here at Chat Sports. Okay, this is the biggest concern of all regarding the Kansas City Chiefs. Guys, Patrick Mahomes has an ankle injury. He can say all he wants that he's healthy. Andy Reid can say it. We'll get to Mahomes' quote in just a second. But look, the ankle injury is clearly causing problems for Patrick Mahomes. He's re-aggravated it the last couple of games because what happens is he starts out great, looks like the Mahomes of old, re-aggravates it, and then the numbers dip significantly. I'll explain here in a second, show you a graphic just to show how much his stats dip once he re-aggravates that ankle. This is his quote from after the game on Sunday. "I feel like I'm good now, honestly. I'm still able to scramble. I'm still able to run and do all of those different things. Obviously, I'll still get treatment and stuff like that, but I feel like I can still do everything I need to do." And look, I'm not saying a 75% Patrick Mahomes isn't a good quarterback. He's still very, very good. Had 3 touchdowns against 1 pick on Sunday. But this is what he did before twinking the ankle against the Texans. 10 for 16, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns. By the way, this happened with 10.5 minutes left in the second quarter. He was on pace for about 500 yards in this game before he tweaked the ankle. Look what he did after, though. The rest of the game, 9 for 19. 84 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Not the same quarterback, and you saw the same thing against the Colts. I don't have the numbers there, but once he tweaked the ankle against Indianapolis, was not the same quarterback after a fast start. So what happens is throughout these games, the more snaps you play, the better chance you have of banging that thing up. I'm not saying it's a serious injury, but it's one of those nagging injuries that if he keeps playing, it's not going to get better. Here's the division, and my point here is they play on Thursday night against the Broncos. I would sit Patrick Mahomes. I would sit him on Thursday against the Broncos. You're 2 games up on them in the division. You're a half game up on the Raiders. Worst case scenario, you win in Denver. You're still basically tied with Oakland at the top of the division. This is not a great division this year. You got to be thinking long-term, thinking toward the postseason. I would sit him on Thursday night against Denver because you look at the next 5 games with Denver this Thursday night. Again, just 4 days after he retweaked that ankle against Houston. You got Green Bay next Sunday. That's going to be a tough game. Minnesota the week after that. That's one of the best defenses in the NFL. Say what you want about the Tennessee Titans. They play good defense. They're going to get after Patrick Mahomes. And then you've got the Chargers the week after that. You've got some good teams, some good defenses specifically coming up on the schedule, especially playing Green Bay in a couple weeks. That's not a great defense, but you're going to need Patrick Mahomes healthy and to put up some points in that game. I don't play him against Denver in 2 days. Let me know what you guys think. Should the Chiefs sit Patrick Mahomes on Thursday night? Again, just 2 days from now against the Broncos. It's in Denver. Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm not playing my franchise quarterback, the guy who I want to be the face of my franchise for the next 10 or 15 years, and I'm thinking postseason here. You got to gauge where you are in the division, where you are in the season, how this division is this year. You can afford to sit him for 1 game. You might be able to win with Matt Moore against Denver. I think it's possible. I would sit him on Thursday night. Okay, there's this idea out there that there's a formula to beat the Chiefs, and for good reason, right? They've lost 2 games in a row. I think there is a formula, and here's what it is. They've lost 2 straight home games, first time since Andy Reid's first season in Kansas City back in 2013. This is what the Colts and Texans have done, guys. They've kept the Chiefs' offense off the field. It's pretty simple, right? You don't let this explosive offense on the field. Chiefs are 30th in time of possession and 30th in run defense this season. That is a recipe for getting murdered in the time of possession battle. Look at these stats from the past couple of weeks, some notable defensive stats. Opponent time of possession, over 77 minutes. That's an average of 38 and a half minutes per game. That means the Chiefs only have it for 21 and a half minutes. That's not going to work. Defensive plays, can't get off the field, 174 plays. The Colts and Texans have combined to run it 86 times for 372 yards. Marlon Mack, Carlos Hyde, these are not world beaters. I like Mack a little bit, but seriously, Carlos Hyde, 26 carries, 116 yards, 4.5 yards per average. He scores a touchdown as well. Are you kidding me? Is it 2015 with the 49ers? Like, come on. You just cut this guy 6 weeks ago. Like, I like Carlos Hyde. He's a decent rotational type of back, but getting gashed by him, this defense stinks. Like, it's got to get better. And I know Chris Jones is out right now, but you're missing tackles left and right against Carlos Hyde. Yikes. Got to get better against the run if you're going to make a run in the playoffs. So that brings me to this question. I've been saying for weeks cornerback is the position Chiefs should trade for, and I still believe that. But there's other concerns too. The defensive line, the linebackers haven't been great. So I'll ask you guys, what position should the Chiefs trade for? Obviously, focusing on defense here. Yeah, you could argue maybe an offensive lineman, but I think Eric Fisher's going to come back at some point. They'll be okay there. What should they trade for on defense? Should it be corner? Should it be a defensive lineman? Should they make multiple trades? I think you could make an argument for it because Steve Spagnuolo's defense, it hasn't improved this year bringing him in. If you could argue, it's actually gotten worse. Let me know in the comments section. Okay. Associate producer Brett disagrees with me here, and he's walked out of the room, so of course, perfect timing, right? Chiefs were hosed on a pass interference reversal. I don't care what anybody says. This is what happened. If you guys didn't watch the game, Patrick Mahomes lofted a ball into the end zone after he saw that the officials threw a flag in which Travis Kelce went to the ground. Was it pass interference or illegal contact? I'm not sure. Long story short, they end up picking up the flag, and it results in a pick. Mahomes thought he had a free play. The officiating in the NFL is so bad right now. I don't know if you guys watch Monday Night Football. The Lions got totally screwed against the Packers with just invisible hands to the face calls against Trey Flowers. They did it twice. The Chiefs got hosed. Guess what? They lost that game by 7. You score on that drive, might be a totally different game. Has officiating ruined the NFL? Type 1 for yes, type 0 for no. It's been a disaster this year. You have former officials coming out and saying they got to figure something out. It's a mess. I don't like it. going to the replay on pass interference hasn't worked. I think they've reversed 2 calls all season long, and there's been several that they should have reversed. Let me know. Type 1 for yes, type 0 for no if officiating is ruining the NFL. Okay, like I said, Thursday night football, Chiefs at Broncos. Here's the deal. Chiefs are 3-point favorites on the road. Over-under is 48.5. And I know the offense hasn't been quite as good, but the defense has stunk. I'm smashing that over, and I'm smashing that over at BetDSI. Use that promo code NFL120 for that 120% deposit bonus. You go to chatsports.com/bet, enter the promo code, you get that deposit bonus. You put in $100, you're going to get 120 for free, which means you get $220 for only putting in 100. You're not going to find a better deal out there. I'm betting the over this week. I'm tripling down. It hasn't worked the last couple of weeks. I'm betting the over 48.5 at Denver because I don't like this Chiefs defense, and I think Mahomes is going to play, although I don't think he should, and I think there will be more than 48.5 points scored in this game. Again, Thursday night football in Denver. Chiefs 3-point favorites. I think the Chiefs are going to bounce back and get to 5-2. But let's get into some of the nuts and bolts of this matchup. I got 3 keys, part of my game plan for the Chiefs heading into this game at Denver, trying to snap that 2-game losing streak. You got to find balance offensively. You've ran for less than 100 yards total the last 2 weeks. And I know this team is predicated on throwing the football a lot. I understand that. But you got a banged up quarterback. You got a defense that's on the field for almost 40 minutes a game the last 2 weeks. You can't lose the time possession by almost 20 minutes. I'm not saying you have to have the ball for over 30 minutes, but you can't have it for 21 and a half. You got to get at least into that 27-28 range. Use LaShawn McCoy, use Damian Williams, run the ball a little bit, find some balance in Denver. Number 2, get Tyreek Hill some touches. I mean, he came back with a sense of urgency this week. I don't know if y'all saw that 3rd and 21 free play where he totally mossed the Houston Texans safety, jumped about 45 inches off the ground and caught that touchdown. Had a touchdown later in the game as well. Tyreek Hill is back. The Cheetah is back. Only played in 29 snaps, and this is what he did. 5 grabs for 80 yards and those 2 touchdowns, average 16 yards a catch. That's pretty much what this guy does. Get him involved early. Quick passes, too. Don't have Mahomes sit in the pocket too long. Again, that ankle is a problem. Get him touches early. I'd like to have him have 8 or 9 catches, 2 or 3 runs as well. Get him 10-plus touches in this game. Then the third point, obviously, I've hampered on it throughout this show. Contain the run. This defense isn't going to stop the run against anybody. That's been clear. When Carlos Hyde runs for 120 yards and a touchdown, you're not stopping anybody. But can you limit the run? Can you force Joe Flacco to make plays? If you do that, you should be in pretty good shape. Phillip Lindsay, Royce Freeman, these guys aren't tearing up the league by any stretch of the imagination. You should not get gashed by this Broncos run game. But based on the last 2 weeks, I'm not exactly confident that it's going to happen. They've given up 86 rush attempts for almost 400 yards the last 2 games. It feels like it's 1982 watching these Chiefs games, especially on defense. It's just run play after run play, and they cannot get stops. Got to be better, especially on 3rd down this week against the Broncos. So, I said earlier, you'd have a chance to get some money. You got to subscribe, and if you do, predict the score in the comments. You'll win $25. First person that subscribes and picks the exact score and tells me which team's going to win, we're going to Venmo you $25 here at Chat Sports. So subscribe, predict the score, and you will have a chance to win $25. Then, here's my prediction. I got Kansas City 31-24 over the Broncos. Joe Flacco stinks. If you can get enough stops against the run game, make him beat you. I still have Denver scoring 24 points, which is ridiculous, but I think the Chiefs do enough on defense. They make enough plays on offense, get some balance going in the run game, protect Patrick Mahomes. I got them bouncing back and improving to 5-2. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section.